Today's Mind Matters looks at Counseling Awareness Month. It's a chance to learn about the different kinds of counseling available and the benefits of always having someone to talk to. So joining us this afternoon, we have licensed professional counselor Keisha Simmons with Family Connection Center. Thank you for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
Let's talk about counseling, really breaking down what it is and why we need it, why we all need it.
Right. Well, one, counseling is a safe space to be heard, make it through life, solve some of life problems, I guess I should say, with a professional. So a little bit different than talking with your girlfriends who may give great advice. A professional can go a little bit deeper to help you get to the root cause of some of those problems so that you can live out real solutions.
Living out those solutions, and sometimes it's nice to have somebody who's removed from the situation as opposed to talking to a loved one, a friend, or a family member who may be unintentionally a root of the problem and of course have their own bias.
There you go, absolutely. And that is where that trained professional can come into play, helping you identify the root cause and treating that root cause, right, so that you can live a more wholesome or a life of wellness.
What are some of the different types of counseling?
Well, good question. You have individual counseling, you have group counseling, and then you also have family counseling, where you can bring in family members to solve problems in the family setting, so to speak.
Okay, so if there may have been a traumatic experience that impacted the whole family, like a sudden loss of a family member, that's when you would bring the family in for counseling.
Yes, you can bring the family in for counseling. Yeah, to cover sudden loss, that would be a good idea to bring family in.
Why do you think people avoid going to a counselor and seeking out help?
Oh, come on, Bisky, it's the stigma. It's the stigma. It's the stigma associated with it. That is the number one cause. We still, if you look at some of the statistics on the Mental Health Institute, stigma is still one of the number one causes of folks not going to counseling. But, there is hope in that. Close to 70% of folks who go to counseling do experience results, right, do improve. And then we also saw a statistic last week that about 40% of those who have mental health diagnoses are receiving counseling. So that's good news. But stigma is still the number one reason why folks just don't go to counseling.
So we have to go ahead and break that stigma and get that conversation going. You and I were talking behind the scenes. Today's generation, they're exposed to everything on social media, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, but in a good way, it makes them more open to have a conversation.
Yes, and it helps us in the field. The internet and social media does a great job at raising awareness. So counseling is no longer a taboo subject. You even have folks on there just sharing inspirational stuff that usually prompt folks to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, you know what, I think I need to talk to somebody. I saw this meme, we get I saw this meme, or I saw this lady or this guy on social media talking about, so I think I need to go and talk to somebody. So we are grateful to social media in that regard for helping us spread the word and raise awareness.
And Keisha, as we wrap up, I think it's important for people to understand that not everybody is a one-stop shop counselor. You have to find the right fit for you.
Absolutely. My go-to saying is finding the right counselor is like shopping for shoes. It's got to be the right fit. And so, there are a few things that if it feels good, trust how you feel. And you can know right away. So trust your feeling walking into the space so you don't have to tell your story, over and over and over again. But the lobby, the ambiance of the space can tell you whether or not this is a space that you're going to be comfortable in talking.
Such good advice. Keisha, I'm so glad you joined us today for Mind Matters with all your great info.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.